Hello, BookTube. I've got a little mail for you today on an absolutely beautiful day. Just a beautiful Wednesday. It's not as warm as I would like, but it's warm as anybody else would like, and lovely. And peaceful and quiet. Just a wonderful, mild day, perfect for long, rambling dog walks. But there's mail as well, like, for instance, the Martha's Vineyard Gazette, a black and white broadsheet newspaper from the island of Martha's Vineyard off the coast of Massachusetts. I am the book reviewer for the Martha's Vineyard Gazette. And finally, I have a book to review. I have Such a Good Mom, which I'll be writing up this weekend, something like that. I enjoyed it. Then another periodical is the TLS, the London Times Literary Supplement, a great literary review that has a couple of interesting letters this time around. There's one letter in particular. I think there's only one that I want to read to you. There was... okay, there are two. Ross Douthat did a book called Believe, in which he advocates that everyone should be religious, whether they feel like it or not. And it's a dumb book. It's every bit of his argument in it is dumb. But somebody writes in here from Cambridge. The reviewer quotes the author of Believe as saying, quote, "Once you concede that the universe might be a bit more than just a collision of atoms doing meaningless expansions and contractions, you are standing in the same place that generations of human beings have found themselves before," close quote. I might point out the straw manning in there that's all through his book. No one who believes in natural science, which I guess Ross Douthat does not, no one who believes in natural science thinks that the whole universe is just atoms banging into each other. But anyway, the writer of the letter goes on. Modern humans originated 300,000 years ago, which is 0.00217% of the age of the universe. They occupy an even smaller percentage of the surface area of all planets in the universe. Their current belief systems originated less than 3,000 years ago. Thus, as far as the universe goes, if religion is, quote, a bit more, it is an infinitesimal bit of a very little account. I gave a little golf clap when I read that. But the other one, the other letter of interest, it comes from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and is, again, I golf clapped. Agnes Callard's Open Socrates, which I reviewed. Agnes Callard wrote a book called Open Socrates. I reviewed it. Reviewed by Carlos Frankel, gives a clarion call to live a Socratic way of life. What sort of life would that be? Not the one Callard clearly envisions. What do we actually know about the historical Socrates? Not much. Our sources include Plato's Apology, and are not historical documents that report faithfully on the life and ideas of Socrates. They are literary works that include a substantial degree of fiction and invention, making it difficult, if not impossible, to tease out the historical man. The facts we can feel reasonably confident about are these. Socrates was born about 470 BC into a middle-class family and served as a hoplite in the army. He married the much younger Xanthippe when he was about 50 and had 3 sons. The youngest was a toddler in 399, the year of his trial, when he was 70. During all those years of marriage, Socrates spent his days in the public spaces in Athens, conversing with anyone with sufficient tolerance to engage with him. According to Plato, he urged them to examine their lives and give care to the excellence of their souls, whatever that means. Regardless of his message, he was dissipating his resources and plunging his family into poverty. Is this a life to emulate? What prospects did his sons have? Did he care? Did he ever examine his own life as he urged others to examine theirs? This image differs considerably from the mythical Socrates whom Plato used as his mouthpiece and whom Callard so admires. Perhaps she would do well to retitle her work Open Plato. And I think you pull on that thread just a little, it will keep on winding, because Plato's life wasn't all that admirable either. So some golf claps in the letters column. But then we'll look at the mail here. We'll see what we can see. We only have one box here, but let's see what else is in here that might... what is this? Okay, I don't know what this is, but let's read. There's a little bit of paperwork involved here. I appreciate you taking the time to correspond with me. I have included a copy of my novel. Oh, okay, great. So this is a novel that the author sent me. You'd be amazed how seldom this happens. There are booktubers who are brand new to the platform or who have very few subscribers, I'm not saying I'm all that and a bag of chips, but they have a lot smaller reach than I do on this platform, and they get bombarded with indie authors sending them their books. Very few people do that with me. And when a few of them actually come to my inbox and say, could I do that? I say to them, you sure can, and you should. Because even if I don't review your book, I'm still going to show it to hundreds of active readers, which is a lot. That's not nothing. So what is this book? This is called That Summer by Brandon Gruber. Very nice cover there. What have we got here? A young man ready to venture out and leave small-town monotony behind him spends the summer between high school and college working on a ranch in Texas. He builds new friendships and memories that will last a lifetime and finds himself captured by an unexpected romance that makes it difficult to say goodbye to a summer that he will never forget. Inspired by the hit song from Garth Brooks. Oh my! I know that song. This story pays tribute to some of the author's favorite songs from his formative years. Fantastic. Okay. Well, this is out now, I presume. That's great. Is about old friends and new friends, old flames and new ones, the ideals of youth versus lessons learned, and what makes a home. Most importantly, it is about transitions in life that we must all learn to navigate. The story pays homage to many of my own experiences as a young man and the music that provided the soundtrack to my life. How wonderful. All right, well, That Summer. If any of you know that Garth Brooks song, or if this strikes a chord, well, this is an indie author. I'm sure he would appreciate a sale. So just find it on Amazon. So there you go. That's an interesting way to start. Let's see here. Pretty sure that all the rest of these are from mainstream publishers, but I don't know why more indie authors don't send me their work. Because you never know what would appeal to you. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, this next one is from W.W. Norton. This is Michael McGarity. This is Night in the City. Let's see here. New York in the 1950s. Men in suits and hats, women in dresses and heels, newspaper boys shouting on the corners, martini lunches and jazz clubs at night. America is at peace. The air is clean. The air is most certainly not clean. Everyone was a tobacco addict. And a movie only costs 50 cents. But the city, yeah, okay, all right, okay, let's be careful here, though. A movie only costs 50 cents, right, and if you're not white, you don't get to watch it. So let's not get carried away here. But the city has another side, the one that takes center stage when the shiny days fade and into the gritty night. The one with wise guys, detectives who may or may not be good guys, and femme fatales who drive both crazy. There are still martinis and jazz. There is also crime, corruption, and secrets whispered at all-night diners and dive bars. And in the middle of it all is Sam Monroe, a former Korean War veteran turned assistant district attorney and current prime suspect in the murder of a wealthy socialite. This book introduces readers to a new leading man. Back stateside after serving in Korea, Sam cashes out his GI Bill and goes to law school while working as a store detective at an upscale department store to make some extra money. He catches the beautiful, extremely rich, and extremely mysterious Laura Nielsen shoplifting, and the two begin a steamy love affair. Even though he knows he's one of many men in Laura's little black book, Sam falls in love. But Laura's always had an expiration date ready on the relationship. She breaks it off with Sam, smashes his heart into pieces, and then disappears from his life for 2 years before calling him and saying she needs to talk. But she doesn't indicate where they're supposed to meet, and by the time Sam arrives at her penthouse, she's been strangled and left naked with only his dog tags around her neck. Oh my God. Okay. All right, I am sold completely. So this comes out in late May. I might read this tonight. I might do that. And it sounds like this is where Michael McGarity is being described here as the author of the Kevin Kearney crime novels. Do anyone even know those novels? And it sounds like this is the first book about Sam Monroe. So that's great. A jump on spot. That's wonderful. I just noticed. Oh my! Some of you must be going nuts. I just noticed that this thing is not even. Oh God. Well, anyway, let's move on here. That has been happening literally forever. It doesn't happen with manila envelopes. No. No. Let's tear this to pieces. We just have to tear it apart. We have to tear it to pieces to see what's in here. Almost certainly going to tear the pub sheet. Let's just throw that on the floor for now. Oh, right. Okay. We already saw this. But now we get a finished copy to look at and ooh and ah over. So this comes out in May, I believe. Yeah, this comes out in May. This is Robert McFarlane. I've already talked about this. This is a river alive? And the answer to the question in the title is no, it is not. Next. but let's see what we have to say here. This book is a profound work of travel writing, reportage, and natural history, a joyous exploration into an ancient, urgent idea that rivers are living beings who should be recognized as such in imagination and law, which is utterly absurd, and is done only on the backdrop assumption that if an entity isn't able to summon a lawyer, well, then no one is going to take care of that entity, because I guess we're all just great white sharks roaming in the world, and we need a threatened lawsuit or we won't clog up all the rivers in the world. The author takes readers on 3 unforgettable journeys teeming with extraordinary power and people and places. From the miraculous cloud forests and mountain streams of Ecuador, miraculous, they are beautiful, to the wounded creeks and lagoons of India, to the spectacular wild rivers of Canada, imperiled by mining, pollution, and dams. Braiding these journeys together is the life story of the fragile chalk streams a mile from McFarlane's own house, which flows through his own years and days. Oh, the fragile chalks? Okay, well, where, though? Where does he live? I guess I'll find out. Oh, he lives in Cambridge, England. Okay. Great. Well, all of you know this author from Underland. Underland took the world by storm. It was just amazing. I'm perfectly willing to admit this is actually a lovely, you can't really see, but this is all kind of embossed. I'm perfectly willing to admit this is a wonderful author. Corporations aren't people. Rivers aren't people. People are people. So maybe I just have Citizens United on the brain. That's all I'm thinking. Let's nip this in the bud. Let's not say that a river is a person. Can it adopt a child? Can it open a dry cleaning? No. But anyway, I know what he means. But let's move on to the last one. This is a little box. It's a box, but it's light, so it's probably not anything. It's probably not a new history of World War I or anything like that. Oh. Okay. Looks like another crime thriller. We're getting a lot of crime thrillers today. That's good. Okay, so what can you tell me? All right, I don't need all of this. When do you come out? May. Okay, so great. All right. This looks like it's going to be a paperback original. Yeah, this is going to be a paperback original. This is Serena Bowen, and this is Dying to Meet You. Me kill you. Giant block letters. And a cliche. Not a good first impression. I don't know why this is a fad in thriller writers. I really don't. I say thriller writers, but I mean thriller publishers. I'm not sure that the writer... This is a bad idea. The big block letters bludgeon the reader and also insult the reader by implying that the reader has no ability to pay attention or focus. And also, I don't know if they teach this in writer school anymore, but you're not supposed to embrace cliches. You're supposed to avoid them. But anyway, let's see what we have here. This past May, Harper published best-selling Serena Bowen's debut thriller, The 5-Year Lie, a spine-tingling novel about one woman's search for the truth after receiving a text from her deceased ex. With questions that kept you guessing until the last page, and featuring the kind of heart-stopping romance Serena is known for, it published to great acclaim and terrific sales. And this is her follow-up, Me Kill You, which explores the secrets men keep from women in their lives and the ways in which our reliance on technology can unwittingly expose our deepest secrets. I wonder if he's in a Signal meeting. Rowan Gallagher is a devoted single mother and a talented architect with a high-profile commission restoring a historic mansion for the most powerful family in Maine. But inside, she's a mess. She knows that stalking her ex's avatar all over Portland on her phone isn't the healthiest way to heal from their breakup. But she's out of ice cream and sick of rom-coms. No, No, no. I know that we have to do this. After the Murph man, we have to do this. I know that after cat people, we have to do this, but no. Ice cream and rom-coms are normal behavior, and stalking someone is psychotic behavior. They're not all grouped together at one end of the room. They're not, oh, well, you know, if I run out of ice cream, I guess I'll stalk someone. Anyway. Watching his every move is both fascinating and infuriating. It's also deeply psychologically unhinged. It makes you the villain of the book. I know the standard assumption in these kinds of books is that nothing makes you a villain if you're a woman. But that is deeply unhinged behavior. It makes you the villain. He's dining out while she's wallowing on the couch. The last straw comes when he parks in their favorite spot on the waterfront. In a weak moment, she leashes the dog and sets off to see who else is in his car. Instead of catching her ex in a kiss, she becomes the first witness to his murder and the primary suspect. Lock her up and throw away the key. Don't look for anybody else. But I imagine there will be somebody else here, so I will read it. The description annoys me, but I will read it anyway, and I'll read it with an open mind. So there you go. Quite crime heavy. So we have, is a river alive? Then we have dying to meet you. Dying to meet you. I'm dying to meet you. See, I'm dying in real life. See, get it? We have Night in the City by Michael McGarity. And also That Summer by Brandon Gruber. It sounds like a heavily autobiographical infused novel about a boy who makes all sorts of new memories for himself in an exotic location, and that maybe those memories then come to an end. Fantastic. Okay, so that is the day's mail. At least what's come so far. More could come, but I won't make a separate video. I'll leave it sit and leave it unopened, and we'll do it all tomorrow. So I'll wrap this up for now, and I will see you soon. Thank you, BookTube.